Hello everyone, I'm Jill Bolstridge, founding artistic director of Triple Promise Academy for the Performing Arts, and today I'm talking about why it is imperative that line memorization happens at home. One of the most common misconceptions I encounter with children and parents, especially when they're just starting out in theater, is that many folks believe that rehearsal is the time and place for line memorization to happen. They think that the director helps the students with line memorization, when in fact this could not be farther from the truth. It's crucial that line memorization happens at home, but instead of telling you why, I'd like to show you why. Here we go, let's get into it.
Okay, it's my line.
How?
How
How much?
how much how much
How much would?
how much would could wait? Oh yeah, I know.
How much could a woodchuck
How much wood could a woodchuck
chuck
chuck
if?
if?
Come on, you know it.
Oh, I know.
That was pretty difficult to watch, wasn't it? It felt tedious, it felt long, it felt boring. Imagine that happening 15 times in a row. Or, better yet, imagine that happening with every single child in the cast on every single line. These are the days when your children will come home from rehearsal, the very same children who came home on the first day or the second day or the third day saying, "Theater is so much fun, I love it, I can't wait to go back." And now it's several weeks into the program, they're coming home saying, "Rehearsal was boring, I hated it, I don't want to go back." I guarantee you if that happens, 99.99999 times out of 100, it is because the children did not know their lines. Here's what a rehearsal should look like when everyone comes in adequately prepared.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Excellent. Good. Now, can you do it like super excited?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Excellent. This time, can you do it super inquisitive? Like you really don't know the answer and you're really curious.
Hey, Jackson, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Excellent. Now, this time I want you to do it angry. And there's a woodchuck and he has been chewing up your house and your house is falling apart and you are furious. Like, how much more wood is he going to chuck? So do the exact same line, but really angry and frustrated.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Excellent. And one last time, and this time I want you to do it like you're a professor and you are teaching your class and you are asking them intellectual questions to stir their curiosity like a really fancy professor.
Okay. Hello, class. Do you know the answer to how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Excellent. High five. That was a good rehearsal. Woo! Big difference, isn't there? As you can see, the student in the first video was struggling just to get to the next word, while the same student, in the second video was exploring his character on a whole other level. He was getting into character development. He was exploring tone. He was exploring body language. He was having the opportunity to try many different types of delivery using tone and body language. He was getting to ask questions and develop the character and really build something and create something. And had there been a partner, which in most scenes there would be, he would have the opportunity to do that same exercise while bouncing it on and off a partner and the two of them going back and forth. That is what rehearsal is supposed to look like. It is supposed to be a creative fusion and a collaboration. And we simply cannot do that if every student is sitting there going, looking for every line. So that's why it's so important that line memorization is done as a homework-based activity and that students come in on the off-book date adequately prepared. If you think that it was difficult to watch the first video with just one student, imagine what it's like when you have 15 other kids in the room and you're helping one student just struggle from one word to the next word to the next word to the next word. What do you think the other 14 students are going to do during that time? They are certainly not going to sit quietly and patiently and wait for the person to get the line. They're going to start chatting. They're going to start jumping around. They're going to start wiggling. They're going to start getting, depending on the age group of the children, but they will find a way to entertain themselves if they get bored. So now the teacher not only has to focus on the lack of line memorization, but we also have to say, sit down. Don't do that. Don't put that down. That's dangerous. No, hands to yourself. No, no, no. Don't run and slide. You're going to hit yourself. You're going to hurt yourself on the mirror. No, no, no. Sit down. Nope. Don't run over there. So now we are dealing with more problems. So the lack of line memorization, it's like dropping a pebble into the water, right? The problems that it causes ripple and ripple and ripple, and they affect every single person in the room. So please, please, please come into rehearsal prepared, know your lines by your off-book date, and the best way to do that is to memorize a little bit each day. No one is expecting you to come in on the second rehearsal with all of your lines memorized, but you don't want to wait until the day before the off-book date to try to memorize. What you want to do is break your lines up into manageable chunks. So give yourself, if you know that your off-book date is 4 weeks from now, you're going to count out those days. Okay, I have 28 days, for example. And I have 30 pages to memorize. So I'm going to memorize a page and a quarter each day. Or you can break it up by the number of lines you have. I'm going to memorize 10 lines each day. And break it up into manageable chunks so that when it gets to that time, you're not completely overwhelmed. Thank you so much. I hope this video was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you all in rehearsal, prepared and memorized.
So, I know I'm not an adult, but I'm telling you adults, please tell your child to practice and practice. And guess what? Sometimes you gotta push them. Just like my mom did to me, so I know.
And Jarrell, in rehearsals when you and other kids didn't know their lines, was it fun or was it boring and hard?
It was boring because guess what? I had my hoodie, so guess what? When you talk to me, I was just like,
Why were you doing that? Like when I was coaching other people on their lines and you were like bundling up in a ball and stuff, why were you doing that?
Because it was boring because we didn't know all like if we did, you'd be like, hey, can you try this? And I'm like, yeah, and they do it. Like for example, like oh, that was so great, Nina. How about you say like this? He like a British person. He bellowed and brayed, and the turtles swam down in the pond were afraid. And she will try lines and make sure to let them practice for double their age. Like me, I'm 8. I practice for 16 minutes. My brother is 3. If he was still practicing, he'll be practicing for 6 minutes.
That is excellent advice. I'm so glad you said it because I forgot to.
Preparation is the key to success. I'm a Jarrell out. I'm a chill boy.
Yeah.
Ladies, hop up in my jacuzzi. I got a yacht to just swimming in the lake. I'm a chill. And the door I have. Triple promise for the Performing Arts Academy. We are not afraid. We are